Hello, my name is Bill Cosby, and so you want to hear about my favorite Jello pudding story? Figgity faggity fuggity figgity foo. Well, you see, Theo, now you don't mind if I call you Theo, do you, Theo? Good. Well, you see, Theo, I did all these Jello pudding commercials in the 80s and the 90s, so I still got all this free Jello pudding. Well, the chocolate Jello pudding lasts forever, you see. And the chocolate Jello pudding still tastes Jello pudding good. So one night, Theo, you see, I was eating the chocolate Jello pudding in the bed, naked, with my favorite spoon. And you see, I was naked so that I wouldn't get any of the chocolate Jello pudding on my favorite sweater, you see. Well, while I was eating the chocolate Jello pudding naked in the bed, some of the chocolate Jello pudding fell from the spoon and on my testicular region, you see. Well, my wife Claire, no, wait, I mean my wife Camille. Camille. Well, my wife Camille, not wanting to get any of the chocolate Jello pudding on the new white 1200 count silk sheets that she just bought at the sheet store, went to wipe the chocolate Jello pudding from my testicular region. Well, you see, then the chocolate Jello pudding, it just felt so good and good on my manly region that the chocolate Jello pudding gave me an erection. And my wife Camille thought that the erection looked like a supersized chocolate Jello pudding pop sticking out from between my legs. And my wife Camille, she loves the chocolate Jello pudding pops. So she started sucking on my chocolate Jello pudding pop, you see. And then she got me all excited. So I grabbed me a handful of the chocolate Jello pudding because my wife Camille's, she's so old now that her vagina region is all dry and rough on the penis. Like, say, masturbating into one of my wool sweaters. Well, you see, you can't blame her vagina region feeling like a wool sweater because she's so old now that she got the menopause, right? And, well, normally we use the Vaseline, but the Vaseline petroleum jelly that we normally use for the special booty time was way over in the bathroom, and I didn't want to ruin the romantic mood, so I just smeared that handful of the chocolate Jello pudding all over my wife's vagina region and then in the butthole vicinity, just in case she got all experimental and crazy. Well then, you see, I got my penis, who the wife Camille likes to call Little Bill. Well, I got Little Bill all up in there, and it felt so good that I did the ejaculations prematurely. And that looked like the vanilla Jello pudding. But you see, the wife was all disappointed because my chocolate Jello pudding pop now look all melted and such. But I told her it was okay because she still got all that yummy chocolate Jello pudding all over her lady part. So then, you see, I couldn't find my favorite spoon, so I decided to eat the chocolate Jello pudding off from her lady parts by licking all the chocolate Jello pudding off slowly and in a circular motion. But she was taking so long to have the lady orgasms, so then I did the ABCs. I did the entire alphabet, A to Z, with my tongue in the lady parts. And then, when she still didn't have the lady orgasms, well, then I counted the numbers with my tongue on her lady parts. I counted the numbers going up to 1,000. And all the while, I kept grabbing more of the Jello pudding and smearing it on the lady parts. Well, while I was licking the chocolate Jello pudding off her lady parts, she kept yelling at me. She kept yelling faster, and then slower, and then left, and then right, and then up, and then down, and then she was pushing my head into her lady parts, and then she was pulling my head off of her lady parts, and you see, I was so confused, and my neck was hurting, and my tongue was swollen, and I was all discombobulated. So then, I just started spelling the words, chocolate Jello pudding pop, over and over, with my tongue on the lady parts, and I was yelling, chocolate Jello pudding, every time I licked a letter, and it was working. It was working on Camille, and then Camille, she finally had the lady orgasms. and she had the lady orgasms in my face. And I think she might even peed in my mouth a little, which I thought was rude because she always wants me to tap her on the head. You know, tap, tap, tap. Always wants me to tap her on the head to let her know before I have the ejaculations in her Jello pudding pop hole because she doesn't like the taste of my vanilla Jello pudding. Anyway, the next morning we had smeared so much of the chocolate Jello pudding all over our private parts that it looked like we made the squishy dooties and the diarrheas all over the new white 1200 thread count silk sheets she just bought. So we had to throw the brand new white 1200 thread count silk sheets, the best and most expensive sheets money can buy, you see. The kind of sheets that every night the president bones the sexy First Lady Mrs. President on. Well, we had to throw the brand new white 1200 thread count silk sheets in the trash.